Well, there's a million reasons why people come and visit the wonderful city of Adelaide. I think we've learnt in recent years that the tourism and hospitality industry is a really important industry for our state, and the investment in the hospitality and tourism industry is money well spent.
Hi, I'm Catherine Taylor, State Manager of Accommodation Australia in South Australia, and I'm here today with Alex from the wonderful Miller Apartments to find a little bit more about our accommodation members and specifically this property and what it contributes to South Australia and the vibrancy of this state.
My name's Alex Schumann. I'm the Group General Manager of Miller, Franklin and Frome Apartments. We're located in the Adelaide CBD and offer apartment style accommodation. Each one of our properties, each one of our 3 properties offers 1, 2 and 3 bedroom style accommodation. So the benefit of the apartment style accommodation is the cooking and kitchen facilities that are available for our guests, living areas, separate bedrooms, all combined with the convenience of hotel services like front desk, daily servicing, and obviously amazing central location in the Adelaide CBD, close to all of the wonderful attractions that the Adelaide city has to offer.
Alex, tell us a little bit about how you see the accommodation sector contributing to vibrancy and the economy here in South Australia.
The return that you get from investing in the hospitality and tourism industry is obviously generates great revenue for businesses like ours, restaurants, pubs, hotels, cafes, but also delivers jobs. We're a great employer of people in our state and around the country, and I think people really understand that now. And the government, the local government, I think has done a fantastic job in attracting events to our state and retaining those events. So obviously it's been well publicised. Events like Gather Round and Live Golf have been huge draw cards for us to this state, and we've obviously benefited from being able to have large groups of people wanting to come and visit. But I think it's been more than just the revenue and the jobs that it generates. It's also been the pride that the state has been able to get from being able to see our state on the national and global stage. A national event like Gather Round really does put South Australia in the focus, and even an international event like Live Golf puts us on an international stage. And I think every South Australian gets a sense of pride when we see ourselves on that stage and delivering so well, because we're seeing guests come year after year now really enjoying the show that Adelaide puts on. The secret's out and everyone wants a piece of it, and I think it's really pleasing for us as South Australians to see us doing well on that stage. We'd probably become accustomed a little bit of seeing those events put on in the eastern states, and now it's quite nice to see some of those eastern states coming across the border trying to steal some of those events off of us and then having to go back with their tail between their legs. So it's fantastic for us, and I think that in the years to come they're only going to get bigger and better. I think the events that we're putting on require buy-in, not just from the government but from us as hospitality industry. We need to make sure that we've got hotels that are delivering a high quality level of service and a high quality experience for the people that are coming and visiting our state. But the hospitality industry is a very intertwined web. We've can't just rely on the hotels, but it's the pubs, the restaurants, the taxi drivers, the various attractions that people are going out and seeing while they're here. I think everyone is doing an amazing job on delivering when these events are on and really showcasing South Australia in the best possible light. And it's incredible to see, and going to be amazing to see for the years to come.
Yeah, it does really feel like there's a momentum happening in South Australia and Adelaide, and that it's our turn, like you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone realises that. The joy that you get from being able to see the city packed and really having a vibrant atmosphere to it. We started to see, as Fringe Festival got bigger and bigger, for a festival like that to be selling 1 million tickets is an amazing achievement. And I think that's when people started to realise that what we've got here is fantastic, and we're confident enough now to host these sorts of events like Gather Round and Live Golf, and it's a buy-in from everyone. It's a buy-in from the people of South Australia, it's a buy-in from the people in the hospitality and tourism industry, and it's a buy-in from the government. So things like Live Golf potentially moving to North Adelaide is huge for us. It's going to clearly attract people that like the idea of being able to stay in the CBD and walk to the golf just across the road. But it's also going to have the added benefit of having the golf course redeveloped and attracting people that might want to play golf all year round.
Golf destination is a big thing, so
certainly is, and we've got, as everyone's been saying, one of the most ideally located publicly available golf courses in probably Australia, or if not the world, and it's really exciting. I think everyone's on board, even the North Adelaide residents.
So lots of positive things happening in the tourism accommodation space, but maybe talk us through some of the challenges as well.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're immune from the challenges that people are hearing about in the media at the moment. Clearly for us in the hospitality and tourism industry, a big one is trying to find and retain skilled staff. So I think, for us in the industry, trying to make sure that we're demonstrating ourselves as a viable career path for people that are thinking about taking a job in the tourism and hospitality industry. I think too often when people hear about jobs in hospitality and tourism, they're thinking about waiters or bar staff at the front line, but they're often forgetting about a lot of the workers behind the scenes that have made careers out of their jobs in hospitality and tourism. Sales teams, revenue departments, finance, maintenance. There's teams of people behind the scenes in hotels all around the country that make hotels run. And they're fantastic careers. The people in those roles are smart, innovative, creative people that have been working in the hospitality and tourism industry for decades, and I think demonstrating that career path for people is really important for us, and hopefully that will help us attract more skilled people, because the training, although we do a lot of our training in-house, it is quite expensive. It takes time to get people up to the level that's required to deliver the high standard of service. So the more skilled people that we can attract, the easier it is for us, and the better it is for the guest. Obviously, there's other challenges like inflation. My linen costs, just to be one example, have more than doubled in recent years. Despite us really making significant efforts to try and reduce our energy consumption, we're still seeing our electricity bills increase. So those things hopefully will ease off in the years to come, but there's no doubt that has an impact. And then I guess from our point of view, the red tape in the hotel industry or the accommodation industry, I saw one of your posts recently about all of the red tape that the pubs have to deal with, and I must say it really resonated with me. I felt glad that I didn't have to deal with a majority of those things, but for us here in the hotel, we do have an amount of red tape that we have to deal with, mainly relating to the safety of the building and the guests and the staff that are in the building, and so we don't have too much of an issue dealing with those issues. We're happy to work within that framework, but one of our problems is that one of our major competitors, Airbnb, is completely unregulated, and they don't have to deal with the same sort of red tape that we're having to deal with. And so from our point of view, we don't think that's fair, and I guess it doesn't really pass the pub test, excuse the pun.
No, so, absolutely. Level playing field is what we're after.
Yeah, that's all we're asking for. Yeah, I think for us, we understand there's competition in the market, but those rules for us are there for the safety of everyone, and they should apply to Airbnb as well. And that's before we even start getting into things like, the housing issues where Airbnb apartments are taking, apartments off the market for being occupied 50% of the year. So I think there's a lot of reasons why it should be looked at. We've seen it in other states and in other countries around the world, and hopefully we'll start to see a little bit more attention going towards that in the years to come. And we're lucky that we've got people like the AHA advocating on our behalf as an industry to try and see if we can get some movement on that.
And now this property does have a bit of history to it, doesn't it? So before Miller Apartments, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so in a previous life, the building, Miller Apartments, was previously the Miller Anderson department store. So a lot of our guests remember those days quite fondly and mention it when they come and stay with us at the property. The old grand staircase around our lift well often brings back some memories for them when they were doing their shopping here in a previous life. A grand history for Miller Apartments. Our owner is Martin Gribble, who's a South Australian local. He's been involved in the tourism and hospitality industry for decades, and he took over Miller Apartments in 2008. Shortly after, in 2015, he did major renovations of the building, turning Miller Apartments into one of the premier apartment-style accommodation properties in the Adelaide CBD. Shortly after that, he brought Franklin Apartments on in 2017, which is also located in one of our lovely heritage-style Adelaide buildings, a little bit closer to the Adelaide Central Markets. And more recently, in 2022, we brought on Frome Apartments, which is located in the East End.
And I remember 2015 was a good year as well. You'd obviously undergone your renovations, and there's a few awards hanging on your wall in the foyer as well, so being recognised for the excellent renovations that were done at the time.
Yes, we were lucky enough to be awarded a few AHA awards at the time, which we still display very proudly. Big change for the property, big change for the building, and still serves us well to this day.
So being a service style apartment, what sort of guests and which travellers do you cater for?
So we cater for a wide range of markets. Clearly the leisure market is a very popular market for us. Friday and Saturday nights, people coming into the CBD to enjoy the lovely and wonderful restaurants that are on offer. It might be an event or a show. The families or couples enjoy the 2 and 3 bedroom apartment style accommodation. And then obviously midweek we have a very strong corporate market, which is probably more catered to our 1 bedroom apartments for the single travellers. We're finding really enjoy having the luxuries of kitchen facilities and being able to cook in their room, especially if they're on a longer stay, as well as being located in the Adelaide CBD, so close to where their meetings and events might be on. The regional South Australian market is a really important market for us. We have a lot of people that drive down from the regional areas, enjoy the convenience of being able to park in our underground car parking, nice and convenient for getting to your room. They often come down for appointments, or maybe it might be some shopping that they're doing in the city. And lastly is the international market, which we're really starting to see rebound off the back of some more flights coming into the state, which has been fantastic for us. It's really exciting to see that market, that international market return. And I think everyone's looking forward to seeing the growth that will continue to happen in the years to come.
You're general manager here, but tell us a bit about your career journey and when you started.
So, my journey started pretty early. I grew up in hotels. My parents were publicans on Kangaroo Island for 20 years, and we actually lived on site at the hotel there. So my apprenticeship started at a pretty early age. A lot of the things that I'm still doing to this day draw back from those early days of learning about customer service and personalised service that we offer each and every one of our guests. After I graduated uni, just down the road at Adelaide University, I bought a couple of motels with my family, one in Kangaroo Island and another one at Victor Harbour. And then shortly after that, I moved to Adelaide, and I've been at Miller Apartments now for almost 5 years. So I think the hospitality and tourism industry for me has been in my blood since day one. It was probably inevitable that I would end up in the hospitality and tourism industry. But I mean, there's just so much about the industry that I love. It's unique in many aspects. I often talk to my friends about their work, and they talk about the colleagues that they get along with. And I often think that when people in the hospitality industry are talking about their work colleagues, it sounds like they're more like family than just work colleagues. I think that's a reason why so many people in the hospitality industry stay in the industry for decades. Like, so many of our staff here have been working for us for 10, 15, 20 years because you become a part of the hotel family. It's something that you can't really replicate in many other industries, because you're developing these connections with the people you work with, the customers that you're serving on a daily basis and you get to know, and also the people within the industry who help make it run. And it's one of the fantastic parts of our industry, and it's one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much.
So Alex, you've been one of our long-term members and supporters of the AHA and also Accommodation Australia, our accommodation division.
Yep.
So what does membership mean to you and for you?
Well, yes, we have been members for a long time, and we really see the value and the benefit of our membership. We're not a large organisation. We're, as I said, a smaller hotel, locally owned, and we can't be involved in every single membership option that's out there, but the AHA is one that we've always been involved in. We've really seen the value in recent years of how important it was to be a member of the AHA when we needed a lot of advice. And the beauty of the AHA, especially in South Australia, is that we're able to go and ask questions of people who've been involved in the hospitality and tourism industry in South Australia for a long period of time. There's a lot of knowledge there, there's a lot of experience, and the people at the AHA understand our business and what it is that we're looking for. So it's reassuring. When we need it, we've got someone there that we can go and ask questions of. And it's something that, my dad was an AHA member at the pub when he was running pubs 20 years ago. And
lifelong members.
Yeah, some of the people that my dad was dealing with, decades ago until recently, were people that I was dealing with. Yeah. I think that's a demonstration of the background knowledge that you're getting from the people at the AHA when you're joining an organisation like that. And the amalgamation, I think, has been a really positive move. For us, obviously, in the accommodation sector, we're excited to see, how that's going to continue to make changes. And it's really pleasing.
Excellent. And Alex, do you have any final thoughts that you wanted to share today?
Well, look, I think the most important part is that we're just demonstrating that the hospitality and tourism industry is a vibrant industry to be involved in. I've always said that without the guests and staff in our properties, the hotels are just bricks and mortar. Mm-hmm. And so it really is the people within our hotels that make them what they are. And I'm incredibly grateful for the wonderful teams that I have working at my hotels that work day in, day out to try and deliver exceptional guest experiences and fantastic customer service to each and every one of our valuable guests. And I'm also incredibly grateful for our loyal customers that, without them, we wouldn't be here. And also to all of the other people in our industry, from the AHA and all the other people out there advocating on South Australia's behalf, that make it all work. it's fantastic to see it working so well, and it's really exciting to see where it might go in the years to come.